What if I told you that Lamine Yamal isn't just Barcelona's golden boy, but an 18-year-old already stepping into a world of power, money, and global influence? A world of multi-million-dollar mansions, diamond-studded watches, Mediterranean yachts, and endorsement deals worth tens of millions a year, where every move he makes becomes international headlines. But behind the glow of the iconic number 10 jersey lies a very different Yamal. Ambition, pressure, relationship rumors, and decisions that could shape an entire era. Discover 7 shocking truths about Lamine Yamal. And trust me, the final one might make you see him not just as a prodigy, but as an empire in the making. 18 years old, 1 billion euros, and all of Europe watching. The rise of Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal was born on July 13, 2007, in Esplugues de Llobregat, Catalonia, into an immigrant family with no football privilege, but limitless ambition. His mother, Sheila Ibana, of Equatorial Guinean descent, instilled discipline and humility in their modest home in Mataró. His father, Munir Nasraoui, carrying Moroccan roots, had believed that a football could unlock doors far beyond the concrete streets of Rocafonda. It was in that working-class neighborhood that Yamal grew up between dreams and pressure, where every kick of the ball wasn't just play, but a promise to the future. Joining La Masia at a young age, Yamal wasn't simply trained, he was shaped. Coaches quickly recognized what Barcelona's legendary academy is built to find: tactical intelligence beyond his years, Southern European rhythm fused with North African boldness, and a way of handling the ball that seemed to slow down time itself. On April the 29th, 2023, at just 15 years old, Yamal made his first team debut against Real Betis, becoming one of the youngest players to ever wear the Barcelona shirt in the modern era. It wasn't an experiment, it was an opening statement. The 2023-24 season turned promise into proof. Yamal became the youngest scorer in La Liga history, earned consistent starts, and quietly took control of the right wing with fearless composure. But the true turning point didn't come only at club level. It arrived at Euro 2024, where at just 16, Yamal didn't merely participate for Spain. He scored, assisted, and helped lead La Roja to a European Championship title while breaking multiple age records. That tournament transformed him from Barcelona's gem into the face of a new European generation. Entering the 2025-26 season, Yamal is no longer labeled a prodigy. He is a pillar. In his most recent 44 appearances across all competitions, he recorded 9 goals and 8 assists in La Liga, plus 3 goals and 3 assists in the Champions League, leaving his mark on decisive nights. The iconic number 10 shirt, once worn by Lionel Messi, now rests on his shoulders, not as a shadow, but as a torch. Barcelona protected him with a staggering €1 billion release clause, not merely to secure an asset, but to declare that their future has a name. As of early 2026, Yamal has surpassed 100 club appearances, earned over 20 international caps, and collected major individual honors, including the Golden Boy, Copa Trophy, and Silver Ball, a resume many players chase for an entire career. Yet the paradox remains. He still walks like a Rocafonda teenager, keeps his family at the center, avoids unnecessary noise, and lets his feet do the talking. For Barcelona, Yamal is the foundation of a rebuilding era. For European football, now he represents a larger question. Can the next generation dominate without the chaos? The Bernabeu, the Etihad, and every grand stage may wait. But for now, Camp Nou is where he writes the next chapter. The film called Lamine Yamal has only just begun. And if at 18 he has already forced Europe to recalibrate its standards, the most frightening part isn't how far he's come. It's how far he might still go. Love, parties, and cheating rumors. The dark side behind Lamine Yamal's spotlight. Lamine Yamal turned 18 not only wearing Barcelona's iconic number 10 shirt, but stepping straight into the danger zone of fame. When you're Europe's brightest young talent, every hand held, every vacation, even a birthday party can explode into headlines. In the summer of 2025, just after his 18th birthday, Yamal sent social media into a frenzy when he publicly appeared with Argentine rapper Nicki Nicole. The two were spotted enjoying a luxury getaway in Monaco just days after Barcelona's La Liga opener. Yachts, five-star hotels, intimate photos, enough to split public opinion. Some called it normal for a young star enjoying success. Others questioned whether Yamal was living too fast for his status. The relationship lasted about 3 months, and then Milan happened. Social media reports claimed Yamal attended a private party in Milan with a mysterious woman believed to be an Italian model. She blurry images, anonymous posts, and suggestive comments about a wild night fueled cheating rumors. Yamal denied everything, but in the digital age, denials rarely travel as fast as sensational headlines. Shortly after, he and Nicki Nicole quietly broke up. The rapper later hinted that the split stemmed from lifestyle differences, hectic schedules, and Yamal's youth. Sometimes impulsive, sometimes immature. A calm explanation, yet one that exposed the gap between fame and emotional growth. Before Nicki Nicole, Yamal had already been linked to several influencers. No confirmations, just enough speculation for social media to build its own narratives. An 18-year-old footballer suddenly found himself cast as the main character in a drama he couldn't control. And just when things seemed to quiet down, new rumors surfaced. According to the Spanish show En Todas las Salsas and journalist Ana Gurguay, Yamal is reportedly dating a new girlfriend, Lily Rowland, Suktari, a 21-year-old British model and influencer with over 4 million followers on Instagram and TikTok. The two don't publicly follow each other, but online detectives noticed subtle mutual likes. Lily has been seen in Barcelona in recent weeks, posting photos in a Barca jersey from the stands and appearing in content with Yamal's close friends. Coincidence or quiet confirmation? No one knows for sure. The rumors gained traction after reports suggested Lily previously had a social connection with Nicki Nicole, though they reportedly stopped interacting online about a month ago. At the same time, Yamal's 18th birthday celebration, a lavish, stylish party on the outskirts of Barcelona, also sparked debate. No disciplinary action, no official consequences, but the media spotlight intensified. What's important? There have been no legal scandals, no confirmed misconduct, no hard evidence behind serious accusations. Most of Yamal's so-called controversies live on social media, where rumors move faster than facts. But when you carry a €1 billion release clause, even a small spark can turn into a wildfire. Yamal still plays, still scores, still assists. But off the pitch, he is learning to walk between two worlds. One as a football prodigy, the other as the subject of relentless public curiosity. And in modern football, sometimes the toughest opponent isn't the defender in front of you, it's the spotlight that never turns off. Inside Lamine Yamal's luxury fortress, where he protects a €1 billion legacy. Amid swirling relationship rumors and relentless media attention, Yamal doesn't chase the noise. He retreats behind private gates. For him, home isn't just a place to live, it's a fortress against the world. At 18, while many young players are still renting apartments near the training ground, Lamine Yamal made a move even seasoned stars hesitate to take, stepping into the ultra-luxury real estate market with a deal that shook Barcelona. The crown jewel of Yamal's collection is the mansion once owned by two global icons, Shakira and Gerard Piqué, located in Esplugue de Llobregat, one of the most exclusive and private areas in Catalonia. This isn't just a villa. It's a multi-thousand square meter compound featuring interconnected buildings, lush gardens, indoor and outdoor pools, sees a tennis court, a fully equipped gym, and entertainment spaces that once served as a hub for Barcelona's elite. Spanish media report the purchase price between $12 to $15 million, a staggering figure considering the new owner isn't even 20 yet. But this wasn't an impulsive splurge. Yamal is reportedly transforming the property into a fully integrated living and performance center, complete with a professional-grade gym, recovery facilities, and layered security systems. He didn't just buy a house. He's building a fortress for his career. Notably, this wasn't his first financially strategic move. Prior to this, Yamal is said to have purchased homes for his mother, father, and grandmother, the family who raised him during his early days playing on Rocafonda's concrete pitches. For Yamal, real estate isn't just a symbol of wealth. It's repayment, protection, and foundation building for the future. Unlike many young stars who choose to rent luxury villas or live in club-provided housing, Yamal chose ownership. Acquiring one of Barcelona's most famous properties isn't just a financial decision. It's a quiet declaration that he is no longer just a promising talent. He's positioning himself as a long-term icon of the city. From a boy growing up on working-class streets to the owner of a multi-million-dollar estate, the journey mirrors Yamal's identity. Not loud, but deeply ambitious. And if real estate is where he quietly lays the foundations of power, then the yacht becomes his pause between storms, a space in the open sea where Yamal steps away from the blinding spotlight, lets the pressure drift, and recharges for the battles ahead. Yachts, Monaco, and private parties. Yamal's world beyond the pitch. Amid flashing cameras and the crushing pressure of teenage superstardom, Lamine Yamal doesn't escape to loud nightclubs. He chooses the ocean. In the summer following intense battles with Barcelona, Yamal was spotted enjoying luxury yacht getaways in Ibiza and Croatia, two of Europe's playgrounds for the ultra-wealthy. Daily charter costs can range from $5,000 to $10,000 depending on size and services. But for Yamal, it's not just about money, it's about privacy. Teak-covered decks, pristine white sun loungers, champagne chilled in silver buckets, private sound systems, and a full crew available 24/7. No stadium noise, no pressure to score, just the sound of waves and the endless Mediterranean sky. What makes the image striking isn't the extravagance, it's the age. At 18, while many players still live with family or in club housing, Yamal has already stepped into the vacation world of A-list superstars. But yachts, for Yamal, aren't about reckless partying. They're moments shared with family, close friends, or someone special. Deliberate retreats from the noise to recharge. A pause between seasons, where Barcelona's youngest icon sets aside the weight of the number 10 shirt and simply becomes a young man surrounded by blue horizons. Because for Yamal, the pitch is where he shines. The ocean is where he makes sure the spotlight doesn't drown him, from the pitch to the red carpet. Lamine Yamal wears time like a statement of power. In a generation of Gen Z footballers raised on Instagram and flashing cameras, Lamine Yamal doesn't just dribble past defenders. He steps into luxury as if it's his second arena. He's 18, but nothing about his style feels immature. Youthful, expensive, intentional. That's how Yamal builds his image. On Ballon d'Or night, dressed in a sharp tuxedo, his wrist gleamed with a $140,000 rose gold Patek Philippe cubitus. Not a flashy flex, a message. I'm here to stay. Patek isn't for the temporary. It's for those who think in terms of legacy. And at 18, Yamal chose to speak about the future in the language of elite collectors. If Patek represents composure, then the nearly $400,000 Jacob and Comer Bugatti Tourbillon is pure roar. White gold, diamonds, a structure inspired by a supercar engine. It's not just a watch, it's mechanical art. When Yamal wears it, he's not checking the time. He's controlling the moment. On more understated days, he opts for a Rolex GMT Master 2 or Datejust, symbols of those who know exactly where they stand and where they're headed. In football culture, Rolex marks arrival, and Yamal is stamping each chapter of his career in steel, gold, and Swiss precision. It doesn't stop there. A $400,000 diamond chain once sent social media into a frenzy. But the true statement isn't the price tag. It's how he wears it. Elevated streetwear, limited edition sneakers, perfectly tailored suits. A true fashion athlete, where street culture meets high society. Yamal's style isn't reckless rebellion. It's controlled confidence. It's the identity of a player who understands that image is power. On the pitch, he plays as if time slows with every touch. Off it, he wears time on his wrist, a cold declaration that his era is only just beginning. After the Camp Nou spotlight, Yamal is doing something that has all of Barcelona in awe. While people are still talking about supercars and diamond watches, Lamine Yamal has surprised the world in a very different way. With multi-million-dollar figures not spent on himself, but invested in his community. At 18, when many young players are simply enjoying their first major contract, Yamal stepped into the role of UNICEF ambassador, using his platform to speak about children's rights. The right to learn, to play, to dream. Not through loud campaigns or flashy headlines. Just a young man who grew up in Rocafonda and understands what it feels like to lack opportunity. He returned to La Masia, the academy that shaped him, not for nostalgic photo ops, but to give back to young players, sending a clear message. I haven't forgotten where I came from. Then came the reports that shook social media. Yamal is said to have committed between $20 and $41 million to community projects in his old neighborhood. If fully confirmed, that's no longer symbolic generosity. That's a statement. A teenage prodigy willing to turn bonuses and endorsement income into real opportunity for hundreds, maybe thousands, of others. In modern football, where wealth is often displayed, choosing to give is rare. Yamal doesn't brand himself as a savior. He doesn't turn kindness into a marketing campaign. But that quiet approach is exactly what makes the story powerful. And if that $20 to $41 million truly found its way back into the community, then Lamine Yamal's legacy may not be defined only by goals scored, but by dreams given a second chance to begin. The mysteries surrounding Lamine Yamal's life and career have all of Europe watching his every move. Will Barcelona's iconic number 10 jersey become the symbol of a new era, or prove too heavy for an 18-year-old talent to carry? After a breakout season filled with goals, assists, and major individual honors, Yamal is no longer just a wonder kid. He's the centerpiece of a billion-dollar project. But the biggest question still remains. Can Yamal sustain greatness amid relentless media pressure, sky-high expectations, and a spotlight that never fades? Or is this only the opening chapter of a journey filled with even greater challenges ahead? Where do you think Lamine Yamal's future is headed? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss more compelling stories about football's biggest stars and the lives they live beyond the spotlight.